So what's next for you?
You know what, man? I'm honestly, man, I'm trying to I feel like I'm trying to build like a whole new I'm 40 years old now, brother, you know what I mean? Been rapping for a long time. I love music. I love it's my passion. I still got a good following. I feel like I target a good demographic. I know my audience I'm targeting, man. But like I said, I don't want to be 50 years old still trying to drop tracks. So I've been trying to just transfer into more like I won't say media, but like more of a persona, because I do want to use my voice to inspire people, man. I know people listening. I do want to still give, you know, the young homies some guidance on how to be successful and at least coming from that environment. There's different levels of success, man. You know, so I'm trying to motivate people now with my words. And obviously business. I got a little business adventures and I've done pretty well for myself on certain things, you know, and I'm trying to grow. There's a lot of room to grow. But just still working, bro. Still trying to work and find the next step, man. I don't think it's ever going to stop. And I think when I achieve that, it's going to be the next thing, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've always said that your dreams have a time limit.
Yeah.
You can't be an Olympic athlete if you start training at 40.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to be logical and realistic about things.
You got to be realistic.
Yeah. Same with you with your DJing and stuff, right? Like
that's exactly
I'm sure you've seen writing on the wall or maybe want to do something different. Not saying that, but like you might want to transfer to something different.
No,
like
you're
how long do I want to do this for?
You're absolutely right. I mean, when I first decided to be a DJ, I was 29.
Yeah.
And I just like, I went through a bad breakup. My business closed down. I said, okay, this is going to be the last time in my life I can realistically start.
Yeah.
And take it seriously at 29.
Yeah.
Because I can't be 49 and just starting out. Now you could be legendary at 49.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can't be starting out at 49.
Yeah. Was the DJing bringing in revenue like that at the time though? Like was it
not like, I mean, I was doing mixtapes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was bringing in some money, but it was
like hustle money.
It was hustle money. It was all legal business.
Yeah.
You know, me and my old business partner got into a whole conversation about this recently because we had this big mixtape site.
Yeah.
And he kept trying to expand it, and I was like, we're gonna keep expanding and we're gonna get busted by the feds.
Yeah.
Like this is dumb.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like we're and I was a little older than him, so he didn't understand it at the time. His mom was employed and his cousin, and I was like, like you're hustling in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
all you're doing is putting us more in a spotlight. And you know, DJ Drama got busted, and the feds came and took his cars and seized his bank accounts. And that's when I said, "Yo, bro, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done." And that's why I realized I'm like, "Yo, I got to transition to something else."
Yeah,
because I'm getting older, and that's when the VladTV, first the DVDs, and then the documentary started. Then YouTube came around, and I was positioned to jump into that. This was 16 years ago, and I'm like, okay, this right here, I could grow into this into my 40s, my 50s, even my 60s.
Yeah.
DJing, going to clubs, you know, doing remixes, whatever else, that shit is getting old. It doesn't have a long shelf life. And, you know, I mean, with rapping, like, yeah, you could be a legendary rapper. Like Chuck D still tours around the world as Public Enemy and so forth.
More like legacy acts at the point, though.
Yeah,
you know
could be a
saying?
legacy act, but you can't try to blow up at 50 years old.
Exactly.
In hip-hop.
Yeah.
Yes, it could probably happen. You know, 2 Chainz definitely blew up a little bit later in age.
I mean, you have to have a very successful business behind you to still do that, because there's rappers that are older that are doing it, but not because they have to. Like, they build very successful careers on other things, and now if they want to pick up the mic and drop something because they can, I'm sure a lot of fans are still going to appreciate it. Now, is it going to be the hottest thing smoking and the young kids checking in for it? Yeah.
No.
And going back to that, that's kind of where I was going to say, like, I'm trying to get involved. I did my first movie. Burner and gave me he partnered up with some fellas, 4 Ways Entertainment. Shout out to you guys out here in LA. They put a film together. They gave me a pretty good part in there, man. Took a light, you know. I was like, man, I think there's something I might like doing. Got the SAG union membership, man, and it's just something cool, like to transfer after this whole rap thing, man. Trying to figure it out where there's still a way to be in the public eye somewhat, shape or form, you know, without just, hey, I'm done with this, I'm just gonna stay in the background and get money type of shit, you know?
Yeah, but like I said, your dreams have a time limit and there's eras for everything.
Yeah.
And there's an era for you to be the new young rapper. There's an era for you to transition into management, you know, starting a label, starting a media company, you know, and that's what I try to, you know, kind of instill. Like, I remember when I did the last Tony Yayo interview, they brought a bunch of kids from like the Bronx and stuff like that, and they sat in and watched the interview, and it was like, look, you guys being the next 50 Cent is extremely rare. You know what I'm saying? There's only a couple people like that on the planet.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for you guys to be the next DJ Vlad.
Yeah.
Because what I'm doing here, you guys could all do it with enough practice.
Yeah.
Being a hot, creative rapper, that...
You don't want to shit on someone's dreams, but you understand the reality of it. It's hard.
But you want to, you know what I mean? And like, over time, you know, people hit me on social media and be like, yo, listen, like, I got 3 kids. I don't have a job. I'm trying to make this rap thing. A lot of times I tell them, bro, you need to get a job. Like, if you got 3 kids,
you know,
this rap shit is probably not going to feed your kids for the next 5 years.
Man, I had this conversation the other day. I said, and not to sound, because you don't want to sound like the hater to shoot.
But I'm not being a hater.
But no,
like,
that's what I'm saying. You don't want to be
yeah.
that like the Debbie Downer type of dude.
Yeah.
But it's like in the reality, man, some people are working so hard to be nothing. I can't explain it like the only way. Like, you want to be this figure that you're building in your head, and then you'll realize when you actually get that, like, could you really buy properties off that? Could you really feed your family for the next?
Yeah.
Could you send your kids to college off that? I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying it won't. But you have to be that, just like making the NBA, making the NFL, you got to be that very special individual. And I will never tell no one to stop and don't go after their dreams. If you really feel passionate, that's you, go for it. But the reality of it is, hey, man, it's very hard to do. So focus on some money, focus on getting your business while you're building on that. And I don't believe in the plan B, because if you're really passionate about something, go for it. But the music shit is hard, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no. The one guy that I actually said, yo, bro, you should really focus on getting a job and feeding your kids.
Yeah.
Years later, he got a song played on LA radio, and he did a whole series of tweets. Like, yeah, Vlad told me I should give up. Now look at me.
Yeah.
You got a song played on the radio. Like you haven't made it yet.
That's the thing now. The even if you do, that's what I'm saying. You work so hard, so you do achieve that. You get your hit. You go up. You got your video. Got 10 million, 20 million views, whatever. You have a decent year or two. Okay, cool. You made a cool bag. You made a bunch of money. You made maybe $1 million, whatever, 2 million. But then after that, when that career declines and no one's checking in for your music no more, and you didn't do nothing with that money but bought a bunch of jewelry and a bunch of bullshit,
right.
What are you gonna do after that now? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you might have that cool little 1 or 2 years, and there's a lot of rappers that do that. I've been around a long time too, and I've seen the ups and downs of people's careers. Yeah. You know, we got a lot of smart people from the Bay, man. We got E40. We got that dude's done a lot of smart investments for himself. He's done well for himself outside of the rap. You know what I mean? So. Like I said, going back to Burner, man, he built, companies and utilize rap and at the same time. Most rap cats don't think that way. They're not businessmen. They just do music. They go up. I'm the next big dog. If they think it's gonna be like this forever,